Hello and welcome to your first assignment, the class ad for Advanced Technical Writing, Writing 3315. In this video, we'll go through some of the objectives and expectations for this assignment, and I'll give you some pointers and tips and tricks to do the best possible job you can. First, as you're looking at the assignment, you will find the learning objectives, what I expect you to be able to do by the end of creating this assignment. There's a link for what to read. There's parts of the textbook that can be helpful, as well as some websites. Note that I don't expect you to spend any money on any of the flyer backgrounds on this website. It's just to get some ideas of things and how they look. You'll find resources where you can find some design tips, some successful print ad information, how to write successful print ads, because while this isn't running in a magazine, it's very similar to what you would expect for those types of things. Also, learn from the mistakes of the past. I have had so many students who have written the name of our school incorrectly. We are University of Houston Clear Space Lake. Make sure that you do not have any spaces here, and you do have a space here with capital letters as well. Make sure you get that right. You will also see a page with several work samples. We're going to look at one of these together near the end of this video, but these are several different samples you can see of similar types of work. Let's get right into the expectations. The goal here is to create a flyer for this class that you would see on the bulletin boards around campus to try to generate interest. You want to attract as many people as you can, so you want it to be eye-catching so that they see it as they walk by and pause and want to know what that's about. Chapter 7 of the book has some information that may be helpful, but it's not 100% necessary in order to be successful on this assignment. You can use whatever program you like to complete this. You may use Word. Most of the samples that I'm showing you here that are not student samples were all done in Word. If you like a service like Canva, that's fine, but please don't feel like you have to pay for any sort of memberships. And I strongly advise you, in fact, I forbid you from using Poster My Wall. They will have you create something that will look fantastic, but the only version that they will give you of your creation that's free is smaller than a piece of paper, and when you blow it up to full page size, it's fuzzy and pixelated and it just looks awful. If you use Poster My Wall and your things come out fuzzy and pixelated, your grade will not be what you want it to be. Make sure that any images you use do not contain watermarks. If it's not free, choose something else. We don't want watermarks and words written across the front of someone's face. It just makes your design look awful. There's a resources, tips, and tricks module that has some additional videos that can help you with picking images and working with them. And it gives you just several different resources that might be helpful. Make sure when you're done that you download and save the highest quality document that you can for what you turn in, and your final turn-in should be in PDF format. The expectations for this is that it is prepared for print. So while you may create your design to have full bleed color at all the margins, make sure none of your words are right up on the edges of the margins, because unless you have a specialty printer, that may not print correctly. So make sure you leave a good margin around the edges. Your final product must be the size of one full standard sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11. It needs to be visually appealing, it needs to be eye-catching. You should have at least 2 different images in there. Most people will use more. One of those images could be your background, and that's okay, but make sure that your background is not just some random unrelated thing. It needs to either relate to the course or relate to some slogan that you've come up with in order to advertise the course. For example, I had someone a few years ago who put a beautiful beach background, but it was just the beach, and there was nothing to tie that into writing, tech writing, or anything like that. And of course, we don't have the class on the beach, so it just really didn't make sense to have that beach there. Now, if you have a beach theme and you have some sort of a slogan that sort of ties it together, that's fine. Make sure that you include the course rubric and number. Writing 3315 must be there. Advanced Technical Writing should be there, but it's not required. Keep in mind, too, that this is advanced, like past tense. It ends in ED. I have so many students who just put advanced without the D, and that is not correct. Make sure you include how to sign up for the course, when and where it's available, what modes of instruction are available. And again, this doesn't have to be my specific course. You could just say Writing 3315 in general, which I'm sure the university offers in different formats. Make sure you put in who to contact with questions. That is not me. If someone is interested in this course or signing up or has some question about their enrollment at UHCL, who would they need to contact? Where would they find that information? And then anything else that you think is necessary or relevant to make sure that someone can make the decision to join the class. And again, finally, make sure it is a PDF when you upload it. Let's look at one prior student work sample. This one is available for you to examine more closely. One of the things that I like about this is that it is very stark and vivid. It definitely catches your eye. It stands out. They have Hey Hawks as were the Hawks, and they have the Hunter Hawk logo right up at the top. One of the things in the resources folder will be the UHCL brand guide, which talks about which logos you can use in which circumstances and which ones you cannot. It also has the official color codes for the schools so that you make sure you get the right colors and not just a similar color. So make sure you're paying attention to those things. This one is also very simple. It's not overly wordy. It tells you what you need to know to make your decision, and it just gives the information that you need in a very quick and simple way. Best of luck on this assignment, and if you have any questions or concerns, please don't ever hesitate to contact me, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can.